All right, so we're out in alfalfa. This field has been cut fairly recently. It's growing back nicely. As you can see, the plants are probably between 6 and not quite 12 inches tall. So what we're doing is we're looking for alfalfa weevil. Tim just gave us 10 nice full pendulum sweeps. And we're going to look for, did I say alfalfa weevil? We're going to look for potato leafhopper. That's not a potato leafhopper, that one's brown. Tim, go through this slowly and we're going to look for these. There's one. Sometimes they come flying out of these nets too, so you almost have to look at it with your peripheral vision. There's a nymph, so we're up to 2 in 10 sweeps. Nice ladybug. There's a third.
One right there.
And a fourth. Yep, got that one.
There was another one in there that wasn't. There's another one that's wrong.
Now our threshold is dependent on plant height as well. So go to UD Insect Control in alfalfa, pure stands only 2023, and there's a nice table in there that relates plant height, control cost, value of the hay. Now the value part of that table is a little out of date. And it'll spit out an approximate potato leafhopper count.
There's one there.
All right, there's 5.
There's one right there.
6. Okay.
It's really hard to see on the alfalfa itself.
This will be our, what would you say, 8th field, Tori? This will be our 8th field sampling this week. And the highest Delaware field had 18 in 100 sweeps. All right, they're probably not going to be on the individual leaflets.
There is a lot of them at the bottom here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Now just be sure that you don't count aphids. Let's see, let me see if I can get, yeah, there's an aphid.
There's a little one there.
That's not a leafhopper. That one is a tarnished plant bug nymph.
Mm-hmm.
So the tarnished plant bug nymphs look very similar to leafhopper nymphs. But the leafhopper nymphs are going to be this really bright, limey green, and they'll have this more rectangular and pointy look to them. There is a difference. You can tell them apart. It might just take a little bit of practice. So we had 8 previous, and then how many were in the bottom of that bag? 12. So 12 total? 12 total in 10 sweeps.
Oh no, that was 12 in there, plus the 7. So
Plus
that's 19.
19 in 10 sweeps. So we've got a pretty high population. I think this field is probably worth treating. We did a few other sweep samples. Say hi, Tori.
Hi.
And we've gotten quite a few, between 5 and 9 in 10 to 15 sweep samples. This field also has a fair bit of grass coming in. So I'll let the farmer know what we're seeing, point him to our threshold sheet. But this is the time of the year to be looking for potato leafhopper. Okay, because I already shot a few minutes of video hunting down drip lines, only to find that it was a loose connector from when they were laying off the field and ran out of one line roll and connected it with another, I figured I'd show y'all one of the other spots that I found just a couple minutes ago. Different spot. You can still see the wet area. Now I found this one fairly quickly. You can hear the hiss. Here's the hole. A nice little pinprick hole. Last year, different field, real close to the research station, there must have been 40 or 50 of these little pinpricks. This can cause real problems with disease, letting standing water sit in the field. If there's any sort of insecticide or nematicide injected in the drip line, you're losing product right there. Just makes things a little less efficient and effective. Let's come down here. I see another little puddle. Let's poke around. There was one spot in the field that got flooded out, and that one turned out to be a drip line that wasn't tied off very well. Okay, this one here, I'm seeing some damage to the plastic from probably a deer stepping on it. That might have influenced some things. Not quite sure where to start. Guess we'll start here, where we have an actual puddle. Oh, yep. Okay, so this one, what did it? Is that wireworm? Yeah, two small holes like that, right where a deer had stepped. Maybe the tip of the deer hoof just did enough. I don't know. If it were wireworm, where are they now? They've probably been washed out long ago. Are they hitting these drip lines when they're on? Or are they hitting these drip lines when they're off just for the fun of it because wireworms are jerks? Or is it mole cricket? Sometimes we go out to field sites and we don't have a good understanding of what's going on. Sometimes it feels like a wild goose chase, and sometimes we just never get a good idea of what's going on. But it keeps the extension job interesting and exciting. At the risk of making this video too long, found one more spot as I'm heading back to the truck. And what I'm seeing here, just a little tiny hole here, here, and here on the plastic. So not a whole lot. This I just did that. I saw this wet spot on the soil surface. As you can see where I've already put my shoe through. And the first spot that I started digging around, I felt the ground and it seemed a little low here, so I was like, let's try this. Well, I found it. See if we can get a good picture of it. Let's see if the phone will focus on that. Right there. I'm leaning towards wireworm.